Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with whatever you brought us here to do today. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So, hello. Hmm. I do not have the strength today. All right. So, okay. So, before I got the decks that God wanted to speak from, I heard Syria. So, this message Syria. Where is Syria? Syria. Syria, officially the Syrian Arab Republic, is a country in West Asia located in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Levant. It borders the Mediterranean Sea to the west, Turkey to the north and northwest, Iraq to the east and southeast, Jordan to the south, and Israel and Lebanon to the southwest. The capital, they say, is Damascus, and the president is Ahmed al-Sharaa. That's where I got my information from. Okay. It's the official Google Dada. So, if they're telling any lies, that's where I got it from. So, Syria, Arab. And I was hearing a song. I was hearing the heat is on. The heat is on. The heat is on. Let's see what comes up. Syrian news. 5 hours ago from Euronews.com, we have forcing returns will lead to chaos in Syria. Forcing returns. I don't know what that's about. Then we got the Times of Israel. Their headline says EU agrees to restore fuller trade ties with Syria. Okay. And we got Al Jazeera News. Their headline says EU agrees to restore full trade ties with Syria. Okay. So that's what came up as the top news. I'm not really sure what this is about, but this reading has everything to do with Syria. Okay. And those concerned. The heat is on. So let's see what God has to say pertaining to Syria. Okay, so we got 4 decks to bring messages from. Cards feel sticky. And it's not on our side. So it's a sticky situation. That's why God even wanted me to talk to you guys today. God got messages for you guys regarding Syria. Yep, there's nothing on my cards that don't belong. So there's no physical reason why they should be sticky. So I'm guessing it's a spiritual revelation of whatever is going on with Syria. It's a sticky situation. Okay, because I was going to do a Bible. I was going to continue the book of Ezekiel. And I went to touch the Bible and it felt like, yeah, that's not the one. See, now the cards are more free. So yeah, Syria is in a very sticky situation. There's a sticky situation concerning Syria at this time, and God has something to say to those concerned with the matter. Okay? Okay, we've got mail. First of all, let me see if they're meant to be upright or reverse because they fell out reverse. This way. Yep, it's meant to be in the reverse. Okay. Hang on. I got gas! Yeah, I took too long to eat yesterday. I fucked up. Okay, so we got false twin flame in the reverse regarding Syria, okay? And we got breakup in the reverse. And we got reincarnation in the reverse. Okay, so what's that saying? That's saying that whatever is going on with Syria, it's like they believe that they shouldn't be in partnership with whoever they're in partnership with. It's somebody that they're currently in partnership with. And they actually should be in partnership. It's like they want there to be a breakup. So somebody's trying to initiate a breakup so that they can bring something back, a reincarnation, meaning something that was there before. They want to bring it back. So that's why there's somebody in the midst trying to convince Syria that they're in a false partnership, twin flame partnership, okay, with whoever they're in partnership with, whoever their allies are. And they want them to break up. But God is saying it's not a false partnership, okay? They're actually your allies, and you should not break up. And whatever they're trying to put in place of that, whatever they're trying to bring back, once they successfully break up these allies with Syria, God said, do not bring that back, okay? Reincarnation is in the reverse. So we got false twin flame, breakup, and reincarnation in the reverse. So it's a sincere partnership. So you should not break up and do not bring back whatever was there before or whoever you were in partnership with before. Okay, that's the message so far. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Oh, we got stalking. I'm hearing dig some more. So somebody's watching. Stalking handler or controller. Huh, God. Interesting. Okay, we got fired. We're just going to bring out the cards and then I'll interpret. Studying. Telepathic communication. I'm feeling two more. Completion and patient. So let's see what this underlying issue is saying. So stalking, the handler or controller. So God is watching somebody. So I would imagine that the fact that this reading is about Syria, we're going to talk about it in case of countries, okay? So whoever this country is, they're the one that's coming out as the handler or controller. They're trying to control the situation with Syria and whoever Syria's allies are right now. They're trying to convince Syria that those current allies are not actually allies. But the fact that all these cards came out in the reverse, God wants whoever is in charge to know that they are actually their allies. And whoever's trying to break them up, they are the handler or controller. They're trying to control the situation and bring something back with the reincarnation card. But the reincarnation card come out in the reverse. So God is saying you better say no to whatever it is that they're trying to bring back. Okay. Then we got, sorry, it's meant to be this way. We got God fired, studying telepathic communication. So I guess with this message, God is bringing an end to whatever they've been studying as it pertains to how to corrupt the thinking of those in charge, meaning Syria and its allies. So God is saying, be patient. Okay? So God has put an end to this handler or controller trying to confuse those in charge of Syria's situation. It says God fired the studying telepathic communication. So they're trying to get into their minds. And God is here sending me with the message to tell y'all, don't even allow these idiots to get in your minds, okay? But we got stalking handler. So whoever this is, whatever country this is that's trying to break Syria up from its allies, they have been watching and studying, and God just put an end to that. Yeah, so the telepathic communication, we got completion. So be patient. We're gonna dig some more to find out what else. Be patient. We got understanding, repaid. So you'll understand in a moment. So basically, God is saying to Syria, do not break up with your allies. Do not break up with your allies. You are for them and they are for you. So whoever this handler or controller is, whatever country this is that's trying to break Syria up with its current allies, they have been doing things to make it look like Syria's allies cannot be trusted. So yeah, you in charge of Syria and making decisions on behalf of Syria, you need to pay attention to that fact. What you're seeing is a whole bunch of manipulation, okay? It's a whole bunch of false situations that they have created to make you lose trust in your current allies. So whoever this handler controller is, whatever country this is, they've been setting up your allies, Syria, to make them look like they can't be trusted so that they can break you up with them, because it weakens you. And once it weakens you, then they can bring in whatever it is that they want to bring in. It's something that was there before, some kind of policy or some kind of agreement or some kind of standard that was there before. They want to revive that. God said, don't. Okay? So your understanding will come. God said, be patient, because understanding of what's happening will come. We got drugs. So that's the intoxication. That's not seeing things clearly. That's the manipulations that this other country that's trying to break you up with your allies, that's it being spoken of there. Because what they're trying to do is create some expectations. We got healing with your associate instead. Okay. So, okay. So the understanding will be repaid for the them fooling you. So these three belong together. Then we got, you can expect, because pregnancy is an expectation. You expect to birth something. In this case, is healing. You'll be birthing healing with your associates or your allies. Okay. So God said, just be patient. It's all going to make sense to you in a moment. And that is positive karma. We got parenting. So parents are people who are in charge. They call the shots. So this would be like the government or whoever is in charge of Syria. So parenting, incarnation. So to bring something into existence. Low self-esteem, malicious intention. So, okay, so the parent in this case would be the handler or controller. So God is explaining what happened. So far, Syria has been listening and allowing whoever this outsider is to talk into their mind, okay? And it's brought in low self-esteem. So it's basically made them feel like their allies can't be trusted. And it's all because of malicious intentions, okay? We got biological warfare, on their reputation. Basically, warfare on their reputation. It wouldn't be biologic, it would be psychological warfare at this point, unless they're using some kind of biochemicals to make the situation look like whatever they want it to look like. Because with these countries, they have some upgraded ways or modes of fighting. Okay, so it could be biological. Okay, so they could have been making some people sick, and that influenced the reputation somehow. But it's a psychological operation. Okay, it only looked like. So whatever's been happening, if they've been using biological warfare on, I don't know what's happening. If Syria's, they've been the handler or controller, whatever country is represented by the handler controller card. I don't know if they've been doing some kind of biological manipulation on Syria and blaming it on Syria's allies, or what. Those involved here, you will know better how these cards, this information fit with what you've been experiencing. Okay, but God wants you to know it's all about messing up their reputation, and it's a psychological operation. Okay, so whatever's happening, it's not real. Okay, somebody's trying to break you up with your allies, Syria, so that they can then implement whatever they want to implement, or encourage you to implement whatever this is. They want to bring back something. Are we going more? I'm hearing dig deeper. So I'm going to make some space here. You'll understand everything soon. If you don't get what's happening right now, God says you're gonna heal with your associates. Don't fall for the trick. Okay, it's a setup. It's all gonna make sense to you soon enough. But whoever you've been listening to, Syria, they do not have your best intentions at heart. Okay, let's see. So it's a psyop on your allies' reputation. And maybe they're even doing things to your allies and blaming it on you, Syria. So they're trying to put you against each other to create this breakup. They want you to believe that you're not true allies, but you are. Okay, so this is for Syria and Syria's allies, who have of late been experiencing things that will make you believe that you are being attacked by each other. There's a third party here that's trying to put you against each other to break you apart, because that will weaken both of you. Then they can come and implement or encourage you to implement whatever they're trying to get you to bring back. Okay. So let's see, we got texting. So that's communication. Wamical warfare. Wamical. What's wamical? Texting. Wamical. Is that a word? Hang on. Why did my mouth say that? Wamical. What the hell is that? A different language or something? Wamical. Did not match any. Oh, news results. Let me go back to all. Based on the search results, there is no single commonly defined word wamical, but it appears in a few niche contexts. Contextual phrase. In a 2025 Instagram video about traditional need. Traditional what? Traditional reed mats. It says chemical wamical. Wow. And they said it just like I said it. Chemical. No, I think that's what I said. Chemical wamical. Something like that. Interesting. Hold on, let me see. Chemical wamical is used to mean chemicals or anything like that. A rhyming phrase emphasizing no chemicals or artificial substances, referencing that the product is completely natural. Interesting. Let me show you guys. Should I do it this way? You better not change what just came up, because I know you people have seen you change it right before our eyes before. I don't know why the screen went black, because see how far this thing is from my finger. Pause and read afterwards or something. Mark the timestamp. So, chemical. Okay, so we got texting. We got chemical warfare. But as that said, it is talking about like saying no. Keeping something natural. Okay, so let's continue. It'll make sense in a moment. So texting, we got chemical warfare when it comes to money. So the warfare itself tell you that there's some kind of fight over money, or it could be assets, because I don't have an assets card in this deck. It could be messages going back and forth where you're fighting over money, or maybe land, or maybe resources, or whatever. You know what this is. So this would be the texting, I'm guessing, between Syria and its allies. So this is what they have been affecting. Okay, so there's messages going back and forth about whatever the money represents. In this case, like I said, it could be land, it could be oil, it could be resources, or whatever. Okay, it could be property. You people in charge who are involved in this, you know what the money represents. Or it could be actual money. That's up to you, right? Make sense of it. Okay, so it's a texting, chemical warfare, money, and we got ex banker. So somebody that was in charge, ex banker want to fit in. You see? So somebody want to come back in. So whoever used to be in charge of whatever this is, whatever that represents, whoever used to be in charge, they want to come back and be reinstated. They're wanting to fit in again and come into agreement with you. It says prenuptial agreement because it's about marriage, but in your case, this is about business. So it's not a prenuptial, obviously. But they want to bring a contract and revive a contract with you. Okay? Whoo! Sabotage. Yeah, they're up to no good. Yeah, don't trust them. We got dreams, messages from the divine creator. So you could have been having messages in your dreams telling you that whoever this represent, whoever country this is that's trying to break you up with your allies, that they are up to no good. You should trust those dreams, because maybe you're not listening. So God sent me to tell you with my mouth in a real life, you cannot trust this country or these people who are trying to reestablish a partnership with you. Okay? So dreams, messages from the divine head creator. Ha! To quit. So God's been telling you, yo, leave that alone. You don't want to do that because it's going to bring you negative karma. Okay, it's going to put you in a real messed up position. Okay? They've been spreading rumors about support. Okay? We got fake friends, physical harm. So they're using falsified information to break you up from your allies so that you can put them back in charge and come into agreement with them. And they, whoever this is trying to get back in, have not good intentions. Okay? Physical harm to your soul contract. A miscarriage. So after you break up with your allies, it's going to mess up your soul contract with them. So God is saying, don't even make that mistake. Because once it's broken, it's going to be hard to repair. And they're actually your allies. Those you're in alliance with now are actually for you. Syria. So God is saying, do not burn the bridge because it's going to be real hard to build it back. You can disregard what I'm saying if you want to. But I've delivered the message. Right. Whatever they're doing is a love spell. Whoever's trying to get in with you, they're not for real. You've seen it several times. And I could have just told you, but God wanted me to dig so that you could see even the cards are repeating what I said. God wanted to go into it in detail and show you that the cards themselves are revealing exactly what we said. Now, this energy feels horrible. And that's why the cards were sticky at first, because this truly is a sticky situation. Because you're at risk of breaking up with good friends and good allies for a swindler. The energy is really nasty, so I'm just gonna break it up so I could clear that nasty energy. I could feel it. One more time. Okay. Why are you in Syria? Go away. Yeah, whatever this situation is that you're dealing with is a very horrible energy. You're dealing with a real nasty energy right now. Trying to get in. Trying to remove people that actually care about you and want to see you win. They want to be in alliance with you. They're trying to break you up so that they can come in and destroy you. Conquer you. That's what you've got going on. You see how hard it is for the energy to go away? Look, copycat wanting to fit in with this agreement. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Huh. Fighting. It's not for love. It's for war. I just had to tell you again. So the copycat would be whoever is trying to break you up with your real allies. So they're trying to be an ally, but it's a fake ally. So that's the copycat energy. They're like, no, they're not your friends. We are your friends. We can do things for you that they can't. What can they give you? Fuck that. They give loyalty. They give partnership. Okay, they give equally. Whoever this is that's trying to come in, they want to take you over. They want to control you, Syria. Right here. Let's see what's next. Just so you know, they're manipulating the truth, Syria. Okay, that's what's really going on. Moving on to deck number 2. Let's see what the next message is. So God has guided us to our handy dandy alphabet deck, and it's got like the word transgender and stuff in there. Don't be alarmed by the messages that come out. I will make it make sense for you. I will clear it all up. It's gonna sound like gibberish, but I assure you it is not. Okay? Obviously, well, not obvious to you, but the issue is I do not have a deck to mention the things that God need to mention to you. So these, because God led me to my 2 alphabet decks. Okay? So, because I don't have a deck specific to talk about situations like these, my decks are more geared towards the general population, not really towards government and their shenanigans. This deck and tell me the words that the letters represent so that you can understand the message. Okay? Thank you for your patience and your cooperation. I'm here and mix the 2 decks. Okay. Wait, make sure they turn the same way. Yeah. I just saw TIF. There's a tiff going on between you and your allies. You need to be tiffing with whoever's trying to get into your space. Whoever's trying to replace your allies. That's who you need to be tiffing with. Shit. Tell them disappear. Oh, is that M or W? That's the L. See another card flip over again. I'm pretty sure I saw conflict though. Yeah. Sorry, my nose again. Two more. Okay. So the split is somewhere around here, but there's some cards around here full of energy. So we're just gonna take a look to see what they are, okay? I see F and the first thing I heard was fuck. And at the bottom of the deck we got Y. You. Is this a message from your handler or controller to me? Are they saying fuck you, Chanel? Listen, yeah. Take it up with the master. I'm just here doing God's work, okay? I didn't know nothing about Syria, having no problems with nobody, nobody trying to manipulate. I ain't know nothing about what's happening with the news. I do not listen to the news, okay? I listen to tarot readings all day, and I watch Poirot, and I watch Midsummer Murders, and I watch SWAT. That's how I spend my time. And I sew and I make jewelry and I make necklaces and I make clothes. I do not pay attention to government affairs unless they concern me. However, I was coming on here to do my duty to my audience because we like what we do over here. We're growing and stuff, minding our own business. And I went to take up the Bible, like I said, to mind our own business. Okay. And I heard Syria. I went to take up the Bible, sorry, and it didn't feel right. So I left the Bible there and I came to sit down. And you saw how I was kind of dilly-dallying because like, what am I doing here? Why did you bring me here? So I was waiting for God to tell me why I'm here. And God said, Syria. Okay, so this is about Syria. I don't know anything about Syria. Okay, I don't know how to rearrange the cards to make them tell the story of whatever is happening in Syria. I don't know anything about you and your business, your dirty business that you're trying to do to Syria. Okay, you hear that? That's rain. God was like, yes, tell them. Okay, I'm just a messenger. You can try shoot the messenger if you like, but be careful the gun backfire. You see me? Right. So yeah, so they wanted me to know, like they say, fuck you, Chanel. No problem. Moving on. They're mad. Yeah, you mad. It's okay. I get it. We got G. G for God. And G for me. I'm a G. Okay? I do's what God tells me to do's. Right? If that make you upset, shit, that's a problem for you to take up with the Most High God. That don't have nothing to do with me. And that's why God won't allow you people to hurt me. I'm not here troubling you or minding your business off of my own desire or design. God chose to use me as a prophetess, and that's what I'm doing. I'm prophesying. God chose to use me as an oracle, and that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing you messages from the divine. Since y'all don't want to listen to your dreams, you don't want to listen to the people closest to you in your little social circles and stuff who can see the truth. Y'all don't want to listen to them. Y'all don't want to listen to your intuition. When you know better, you ignore it. So God put somebody in a real life to come and deliver the messages. If you choose to ignore them, then that's your business. God clearly has tried to get through to all of you. What you choose to do with the information, that's your business. I don't care. Because when I come off this screen, I'm either going to come back on and do the video that I was supposed to do with my people. Okay? Or I'm going to find something else in my house to do. I will not be paying attention to you. I won't be thinking about you. I won't be caring about what the fuck y'all got going on over there. Right. So, at the bottom of the deck, we got the letter G. Yeah. Gangster. You want to talk about gangster? You're not ready. Stop trying to play bad. The real gangster around here is the Most High God. And I look like a real gangster because I'm representing the real gangster. Just say, try touch a button now. Try. That's why I don't need to worry about any of you. I come on here and I deliver the messages that God tells me to deliver, and I don't give a fuck how y'all want to take it. Y'all can't do anything to me that God can't undo. Y'all can't do anything to me that God is not going to turn into a blessing for me. We're in that time of the story of the human family. This is Revelation season. This is the apocalypse. This is the apocalypse. The unveiling. Revealing. I don't bumbleclot make the news, I just report on it. Fuck y'all. Y'all took society and turned it into some fucking circus show or some shit. The people that read the news, they can't even tell the real news. It's all just one bag of fuckery. Since they won't do their due diligence, and since they don't want to fulfill their fucking real job titles as news reporters and investigative reporters and all this shit, then God gonna put somebody else to do it. Hello. It will get done. Thy will be done, not yours. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness therein, not yours. Fuck you think you are. You're not that. You're not that guy. You're not that girl. And if you're some extraterrestrial or whatever, you're not that extraterrestrial either. God is the G, the top G. What God say goes. That's a mystery card. I got a lot to say. I told y'all. I'm gonna check that to see if it's meant to be in the reverse. I told y'all, this ain't your earth anymore. The earth is not the devil's playground anymore. The earth belongs to God and those who are children of God. The earth belongs to the children of Israel, not Israel. The earth belongs to the truth seekers and the truth speakers and the real God seekers. Wherever we at, whatever denomination we belong to, the earth is ours now. Whatever color your skin is, whatever language you speak, whatever the fuck your bank account look like, it's ours. We are the new millionaires. We gonna be the new moguls. We gonna be the new leaders. It's ours. Those who are not in alignment with what God planned for the earth, you will be cast down. I've said it so many times on this channel. Y'all think it's a game. Because I'm the type of person that just come on here and just chat shit, right? That's how you know me, right? Think I got time with all you fucking people? I love my life over here. I come on here with doing this video when I feel I need to. Because I care about the people. I don't care about governments and your stupid shenanigans, man. Fuck y'all. Because as long as the people do what the people need to do, there's no decision making that y'all could do as government that can affect us. The people need to find their strength. And y'all will be like nothing and nobodies. The people are my concern. That's where the real strength is. I don't care about governments. I don't give a fuck about what y'all are doing. You need us to comply. You need we, the masses, to comply for your rules to mean anything. You need us to buy your goods so that you can be rich. You need us to believe your lies so that you can be in control. You need us. We the people rule. I don't care about you and your government shenanigans. I'm doing this for God. God sent me here to deliver a message to you, Syria, and Syria's allies. So y'all know what the fuck is going on. This is the revealing. The fuck? It's time. And that's it. Can't do anything about it. Funny how all the cards that come out are blue. Very interesting. We're going to flip over that in a moment. Let's just check the cards that I'm not sure if they should be read upside down or right side up before we continue. You go like that. It's just two of them I need to check. You go like that. The G card, come on. Let's see what God is saying. Ah. Oh, these are in the reverse. Let me check these first. Hold on. How the hell will I know? This is the letter Z. Hang on, let me check this one. Z looks the same upwards, upright, and in the reverse. Like this. Okay, so it's meant to be in the reverse. Okay. So we got Z and we got D in the reverse. When I flipped it over, the Z was first. This is confusing me. Okay, so it's meant to be D and then Z. Okay, so D and Z in the reverse. Sorry, should have showed you. So we got D and Z came out together and they were in the reverse, right? And we got I and we got T and we got L and N come out together. And then we got U. Then we got J in the reverse. We got C upright. Oh, there's a card behind there. And this card was really stuck down. Hang on. There's something on there. It was stuck to it. Let's see if it's meant to be here as well. Is it both of them? Okay, so they're meant to be together. So somehow, whatever the C represent and the E, shit, they go like hand and glove. I don't know what that is. We find out in a moment. So C and E came out together. And then we got the G. Came out by itself. So let's see. Now I have to wait for the Most High to tell me what the fuck these cards represent. Okay? You could choose not to trust me. You could choose not to trust the message if it make you feel better, but that's not gonna change the outcome. Okay? So, it's your business. All right. What you saying here, Most High? So DZ, I'm getting D's. 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 Is that meant to be like these? Okay. So these, but you know, my language, these are mine. Yeah. So it's these, but God is basically speaking my language mixed with, well, my dialect with English, right? So these, and we got I heard immigrant. So I represent immigrants. I should write this shit down because I'm going to forget. The first word I heard with the I is immigrants. You should probably write this down too. So these immigrants So an immigrant is somebody who is in a country that is not their country of origin. So they don't really belong there. So these immigrants, T, I'm hearing several words with the T. I'm hearing tell. The next we got LN, but those came out together. So these immigrants tell. So that's the T. I'm hearing learn with the LN. Learn. J in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. So an injustice. So these immigrants tell, learn injustice. Okay, the C and the E together. Oh, the U. Wait. I missed the U. These immigrants tell. And we got learn you injustice. Ah. So somebody learned injustice. Learn you injustice. So basically, somebody was taught the wrong way to be. Okay. So something that was learned. So you got these immigrants tell. Learn you injustice. So I don't know if it's the immigrants that came over and was teaching y'all some ways that are not to your benefit. They're actually destructive ways, but something that has been taught is actually destructive. Okay? There's some kind of practice learned from immigrants that's destroying Syrian culture, I heard. Syrian culture. Okay. Let's pause there just so I can make mention there. In this world, there are a lot of things that we do as a people, wherever we come from, okay? We all have cultures and traditions. Some of these cultures, in this day and age, we can see the ones that need to be dropped. Some of them, however, they are good for us and those should be upheld. And the beautiful thing about life and different people is our differences. Okay? We don't have to be just like everybody else. Because what makes us great, or what makes part of what makes life great, is being able to visit other people's places and their culture, see how they live, see how they think. How boring would life be if we were all the fucking same? Everywhere you go, we just all the same. If there are bad cultural practices or traditions, then obviously it's good to change them. But if you got good if you got good cultural practices wherever you come from, please don't let nobody come in and swindle you out of what is beautiful and unique about you and your people. I'm talking to all peoples of Syria now, and all peoples of all cultures everywhere. Okay, Caribbeans, we are how we are and who we are, and it's beautiful. Indians, they are who they are and how they are, and it's beautiful. Arabs, you are who you are and how you are, and it's beautiful. Americans, they are who they are and how they are, and it's beautiful. Europeans, they have their own vibe. Chinese have their own. You see what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing. So keep what is healthy and good of your culture as a people. Do not let other people come in and try to change you, because then you won't be you anymore. If you want to change, fine, but don't feel compelled to leave your culture because you like somebody else's more. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, for a long time, Africans were making movies. They called their movie industry Nollywood. And I respect that. And I love to watch African movies because it was based on their lifestyles. It had their lingo or their language in it. It was based on their culture. It was based on their personalities. And what they started to do was kind of morph from being Nollywood to trying to duplicate Hollywood. And I stopped watching African movies because it's like, y'all don't even know who you are. It's like, we already got Hollywood movies. There's nothing good about watching a bunch of Africans trying to act like they're Americans. I find that irritating. Their storylines got boring and repetitive. They basically lost the plot. And this is why it's important to respect and love your culture no matter where you come from or who like it and who don't. If you're not harming anybody, then everybody can go and suck on a rotten egg. Anybody in opposition can go suck a rotten egg or do something else with their time. Be yourself. Be you, represent for your culture, represent for your country, represent for your religion. Be you, love you. Okay? Do not try to be like somebody else. Unless it's what you really believe you should be doing. But don't just do it because you think they look cooler than you. They're not. They are who they are. But you are also who you are. And at the same time you're admiring them, you just don't know how much they're admiring you and what you stand for. Admiring your food, admiring how you treat each other, admiring how you set up your societies. Okay? Don't let immigrants, people from outside, come in and change you from what is beautiful and unique and authentic to you and your people. I just had to say that before I continue. Stop it. When you leave one country and you visit another country, you don't visit that other country because you want to experience where you're coming from. It's like in the Caribbean, people would leave the America and England to come to the Caribbean. You think they come to the Caribbean to eat fucking American food and to see Americanized looking places and to go out in the club night and fucking listen to American music? And no, they go to a foreign country to experience that foreign vibe. They want to eat your food. They want to drink your drinks. They want to listen to your music. They want to see your attire. They want to experience you as a country, as a culture. Okay? So it's important for each destination to preserve their culture so that we can experience each other. How boring is it? You're going to jump on a cruise ship from America, leave all American things to go to the Caribbean island to find people down there trying to be as American as they can to try and please you. It's a put off. Be confident in who you are. You're Caribbean. They came for the experience. They came for your unique jewelry. Sample your unique foods. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just had to put that in there. Okay? Love yourself. Love what is good about your culture. Oh, I was deciphering this message. Okay. So these immigrants tell, we got learn you injustice. Okay, now CE, let's continue for those of you who are writing. CE, together. What's that? Interesting. So God says CE is C, S-E-E. Okay. C and the G. We already know the G was representing God in this reading. Yeah, see God. Okay, so basically God is saying turn back to God. So the message is saying that there's some immigrants that came in and basically taught Syrians some ways that are not very Syrian-like, and it's not a progressive way to be. It's actually a way of injustice. So that means it creates a whole bunch of resentment and anger. It's breaking down your country. It's breaking down the alliance between your country itself. It's like destroying your country from within. It's just like when the Americans come with their gay agenda to Jamaica, for example. Jamaica is very gayized right now. Jamaica was never so gayized before. Jamaica was really against homosexuality. Probably too much. I think they went too far with how much they rejected homosexuality. Because you could refuse to agree with homosexuality, but you don't have to kill a person because they choose to be a homosexual. You don't have to curse a person because they choose to be a homosexual, okay? If God says it's wrong, then their very act is going to curse them. Okay? Respect all people. That's how I think. Jamaicans went too far. But right now, the gay agenda is being pushed very heavily in Jamaica, and that was never Jamaican culture. Okay? So it's something like that. So these immigrants, these outsiders, they brought some very destructive practices to Syria, and it is basically breaking down the moral fabric of the Syrians, and it's diminishing your power as a people. It's making you less powerful. So God is saying you need to see God. So it's like get back to authenticity. Okay? That's the message. So whatever bad ways you Syrians have learned from these outsiders, God is saying y'all need to let it go because it's going to destroy you. What you had was much better. I don't know what these practices are. You guys would know better than I do because I don't know anything about the country, okay? So that's the message. Let's see what the mystery card is. Okay. We got P and V. PV. I'm hearing switch them around. VP. Let me see. VP. So vice president. So this is somebody in second command. So it's like whoever's fully in charge, they're not being spoken of. This is the work of second in command. Okay? VP. Vice president. And God want to call this person a derogatory name, but I didn't hear it, but I felt it coming on, and I'm not going to say it either. Because God is a gangster, okay? But God said, I'm not going to disrespect you today, but you know what you are, VP of Syria. You know what you've done, you know what you're trying to do, and God is seeing you. Yeah. And you're not going to succeed, I heard. All right. So, the subject matter, we got V, X. So somebody's vex right off the bat there. You can see that. Vex. And we got F, W, R. Let's bring out the underlying history, then I'll interpret, yeah? We got male, T, feeling two more, L, and F. Somebody's laughing. And we got J coming next. That's the justice in the upright now. So let's see. Oh. I used to have a little pillow. I'll just use this. Lo prani bear, lo prani bear, lo prani, lo prani, lo prani. Yeah, not today. Okay, so we got vex. So somebody's vex. And God is like, for what? F W. Vex for what? Wow. And we got the R card. That's usually our somebody clearly is vex. So we got the male. That's the masculine energy. That's the go-getter energy. And then we got blocked. Oh, that's why they vex. Because what they were trying to go after, they've been blocked. The T card is my block card in these decks. Because as you can see, it's like it's a straight line going up, then all of a sudden you get cut off. So that's my official block card in these decks. So the VP is vex, but God is like, for what? And it's like, when they were going to get what they want, they got blocked. And that's why God is laughing. God says, yeah, it's funny. So God is basically saying to the vice president of Syria, yeah, what you were after, you're not going to get it, and you look like a fucking idiot, okay? And that shit is funny. Are we done here? Okay, dig some more. So we got J, justice. For the president. Yeah, the one who is in charge. And then we got the O card. That's like somebody saying, oh, yeah, the president is going to have his way. So if you thought that you were more powerful than the president, then you are mistaken. The president got the right idea, and as long as God is on the president's side, there's nobody who can overpower the president. You know, if the president stay on God's side, then the president will be unstoppable and untouchable like me. The president gonna be a little G of the old G, the big G. Yeah. So do what is right or get fucked up. Simple. This is not the time for sin. This is not the devil's playground anymore. The earth belongs to those of us who are trying to do things the right way. Okay, Mr. Vice President? So, what you were trying to do, it has failed, and God think it's very funny. You must be fuming. But God is like, what you vexed for? God said, vexed for what? What you vexed for? What you mad at? You trying to destroy Syria? Are you Syrian? Eh? Let Syrian shine, man. Let everybody shine and represent their side. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go sit down somewhere before God have to put you down. Bumbleclot. Let the president do what is right for Syria. The president got good intentions. And that's what we're working with. Ah! So the last message. That's why these people hate me, you know. Listen, yeah, God, the card said LF. God is laughing, so why can't I laugh? I can laugh at them too. They're evil. They're wicked. They've been running things for a long time. They've suffered us a lot. So now it's time for us to stop suffering, and it's time for them to take on the sufferation. It's time for them to be angry. It's time for them to feel helpless. It's time for them to be outdone and outshone. Okay? We're going to outshine them. Evil need to run out of town. We're going to chase those crazy bald heads out of town. If my circus clown, chase those crazy bald heads out of town. Yeah. You're not on God's side. You gotta go. I don't make the rules, man. Yay. We don't make the rules. Look how long y'all been in power doing stupid shit to us, destroying us. Eh? You got mail. You got don't change your perspective. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Share the events of your own spiritual journey in your work, the rises and the falls. So God is like, yeah, look how evil you've been to the people. Don't change your perspective and watch what happened to you. You're going to tell the story of your rises and the fall that you're about to get for not changing your perspective. So it's either you're going to be on God's side or you're going to fall. God shall have what God wants in these times. So, you know, they like to talk about Jesus is coming back. Muhammad is returning. Muhammad is here. Jesus is here. Emmanuel is here. God is here. Okay? That's what's happening. And the voice of the people is the voice of God. Hello. Okay? It's the Spirit of God. I don't know if God is going to manifest in a physical being, but we are right now the physical beings that God is manifesting in. That's why we are doing God's work. The Spirit of God came upon us and instructed us. Okay? God is here. Let those who have eyes to see, and let those who have ears to hear. And be blessed by it. Praise the Lord. God is good. And all the time. Exactly. No matter what happens. See, God gave these evil people their turn. How can they say that God don't love them? Of course God love you. Look what God allowed you to do for how long. Eh? Suffering the innocent. Suffering the helpless. God said now it's time to stop. Now I'm going to show love to the helpless. I'm going to show love to the hopeless. I'm going to show love to the voiceless. I'm going to show love to those who thought that there was no way out. I'm done giving you the stage, Mr. and Mrs. Evil Children of Mine. And now I'm going to give the stage to the apples of my eye. Those after my own heart. Because when I created creation, I did not create it because I hated it. I created it out of love. We've seen what evil can do. Now let us see what good can do. This is the new world order. Good over evil. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Blessed is the man or woman who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. But his and her delight is in the law of the Lord. And on God's law we meditate day and night. Day and night. Day and night. Day and night. Yeah. So we shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in due season. The wicked are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Get the fuck out, bro. I tell you, we gotta chase those crazy empty heads out of town. Them ungodly men and ungodly women. Look at this again. Look what card fall out again. Don't change your perspective. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck this time. Do the necessary self-improvement. So God is like, this is a message to us now who is on God's path, okay? God says, don't change your perspective. You're on the right path, but we got more work to do. So do the necessary self-improvements, okay? Study, exercise, rest, diet, meditation, stress reduction, intoxication, because, you know, we love a good smoke or a good whatever from time to time. That is it's just our little indulgence. You know what I'm saying? We are allowed to do that. Everything in moderation and we'll be fine. And whatever else is not on this list, God said do that. God said we who are following God are on the right path. Therefore, do not change your perspective. Okay? Just keep going, keep improving, keep getting closer and closer to God, manifesting the beautiful reality, the beautiful new world that God wants us to manifest. Okay? We are the future. Because God says, the meek shall inherit the earth. We have already inherited the earth. It's ours now, I'm telling you. It's not yours. Evil is no longer in power. This is no longer the devil's playground. The devil don't have no authority around here when God people show up. Believe that. Know that. Know that. Right. Yes, I'm gonna show off. Yes. Me bossy with it. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna be bossy in God. If you don't like it, too bad. It's my time. We all that and 10 bag of chips. And soda. And a little chocolate. And some fruit after that. And then some cashew nuts. That's us. That's what we're working with. I don't know if you want to eat the 10 bag of chips right away, though. You could save some for later. But yeah. Soon reach. Soon done shuffling. All right. Where we going? All right. Last message concerning Syria and the president and the vice president and whoever's trying to make Syria divorce its loving allies. We gotta realize that you cannot please everyone. Okay? Realize that you cannot please everyone. All right. That's the subject matter. Some people aren't gonna be happy with the decisions that you make. Let's see, who is this message for? It'll make sense in a minute. It could be the Syrian president. It could be, I don't feel it's the vice president. I'm feeling the Syrian president. So Syrian president, realize that you cannot please everyone. Okay? You just have to make the best decision every time. Some people are going to be happy. Some people are going to be sad. But at least you know that you did your best. And God, once God approve, you're good. Since you can't please everybody, please God. Can't go wrong. Who want to be angry with you, let them take it up with the divine, right? Okay, so we got expand your lyrical content, conversation. So there's a lot to talk about. And then we got introduce that new thing in spite of what the critics say, Syrian president, okay? So, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. It takes courage to be original. Okay, that's the underlying issue. So it's like you want to bring something about and it's something new. Let's see. Takes courage to be original. Step out on faith. Okay. So there's a conversation that need to be had and you're going to come to a conclusion, Syrian president. God says introduce that new thing in politics might say. You can't please everybody. Okay? Everybody's not going to be happy. At least not at first. Okay? The underlying issue is know that it takes courage to be original. So whatever you're about to step into is not going to be easy. You're going to have some apprehensions about it. You're going to be torn, okay? But if you don't make new, because like I said, we are the new world order. It's not what these evil people thought it was going to be. We, the children of God, we are going to establish the new world order. It's going how we want it to go. And of course, they're going to be angry, okay? So, it takes courage to be original. Whatever you're about to implement is not what people are used to. But if you do what you've always done, things will be the way they've always been. If you want improvements, you have to do some new things that are geared towards establishing that improved situation. Okay? So God says, step out on faith. So whatever decision you come to, it's not going to be a bad one. Even if other people don't like it, it doesn't mean that it's a bad one. So like I was saying, you cannot please everyone. So what do? Do what will please God. You cannot go wrong there. Because anybody who is angry at you, they will have to take it up with the divine. God will not allow anybody to touch you or harm you. God said, touch not my prophets. Touch not my anointed. You need to take this stuff real because it is for real. And Whatever happens next is going to solidify that in your mind how real God is and what God can do if you choose to step out on faith. It's either you're going to step out on faith or you're going to let your fears overtake you and you're going to keep things the way that they are. Then you'll never get to see an act of God. But when you're afraid to do things and you choose to trust in God, then God can show up and show you how right you were to trust in God. That's where miracles get the opportunity to happen. Okay? Let's see more about the underlying issue. Hang on. So, we got what they need to hear. So, it's not about what people want to hear in these times. Okay? It's about what they need to hear. And sometimes what we need to hear is not the easiest to hear. Sometimes it will upset the spirit. Sometimes it bring about disappointment. Sometimes it bring about anger or whatever. That's none of your business. This is your business, Mr. Syrian president. You're working with God. You need not fear anyone. You're making the best decision and you're pleasing the right person if you choose to please God. So it's about what they need to hear right now. God says, sing about what you know. So say whatever you have to say in the most respectful way. In depth. Expand your lyrical content, your conversation. So not only do you have your beliefs and you see things how you see them, you know the reason why you have come to the conclusions that you have come to, which have sparked you wanting to make the decisions that you are about to make, bringing in these new things, whatever. It could be new rules or it could be whatever. Because it was talking about how the immigrants came in and basically whatever they taught your people to do is messing up your culture. So if you want to ban certain things, ban it because you know it's for the best. You don't need to care about who's going to be vexed. It's like a parent to the child. You guide your child, you even punish your child because you know it's the best thing for the child when you're trying to get the child to stay on the right path. You're in a leadership position, so you need to lead. You have the power to make these decisions and you know that they're the best for your people. Have no fear. Have a lot of faith. You've thought about it. You know why you're making these decisions. And anybody asks you, you can tell them why it is the best decision. Who does not want to understand is none of your business. Let them deal with it. You understand. God understand. And that's all that matters. You understand and God understands. And that's all that matters. And anybody who would be true about the situation, they understand too. It's your job to heal your nation. So speak nicely, but say what they need to hear. And God advises that you pray before you speak or whatever is. It says God is waiting for an invitation to help you. So before you go to make these speeches, before you go to these meetings, before you make these decisions, God is saying, invite me in. Because God is not going to intervene. Most of the time, God doesn't intervene in our decision making. But if we want God to intervene, we simply have to ask. If we want God's guidance, we simply have to ask. Because the gift of life was given to us so that we can express our own self. Okay? Use whatever reserves, use whatever we have in our reserves of intelligence. That's why when we empty, we pray for more. We pray for wisdom. Or whatever it is that we're missing. So if we're tired, if we're lacking courage, we pray for courage, we pray for strength, because our reserves are empty. So God filled our cup already. And when it goes empty, that's when we tend to pray, to ask for a refill. But God has already given us wisdom. God has already given us everything that we need. So if we choose to handle a situation on our own, that's fine. But God wants us to know that when you need that extra help, just ask, because God will not intervene. God gave you the gift of life for you to live it as you choose. It would be wise, however, in this situation, in this challenging situation, to call in the Master G. Okay? Yeah, so God is, pray before you have these meetings or do these speeches, before you change these rules or implement these rules or whatever it is that you're about to introduce, that you know people are going to be critical of. Some people aren't going to be happy. Forget them. Make sure you are happy and God is happy. That's it. Because God is putting the messages in you. But then it takes courage for you to go out there to the public and actually implement or tell them what you believe should happen next. You know they're going to be unhappy. So you could be somewhat fearful. That's understandable. That's why we pray. We have the power. This is the power. God Almighty. Okay? Are we going any further? Okay. So we got do the necessary self-improvements. Okay? So that's your power coming in if you need help. God's gonna give you an improved you. Okay? And forgive yourself and others, keep calm and carry on. So however people react, just let it go. You knew that they were gonna be upset. You knew some people aren't gonna like it. You know people are gonna have negative things to say. God says, introduce that new thing in spite of what they say, in spite of how angry they get, in spite of what they think and what they would try to do to you. God has got you. You're protected. You don't need to worry about those who oppose what God has put in your heart to tell to the people. That new thing. God said, yes, I gave you that new idea, but I will also strengthen you so that you can see it all the way through. All you have to do is ask for my help. Okay? So do the necessary self-improvements. Forgive yourself and others. Keep calm and carry on. Create a new sound. So something new is about to be created from whatever this new thing is that you are going to implement. And it's going to be a healthy thing. You see? Create a new sound. Then we got to share the events of your spiritual journey in your work, the rises and the falls. So y'all going to have a new story to tell of overcoming these times. Because whatever you got going on right now in your country, it's an upheaval. There's injustice. A lot of people are already upset. Okay? So whatever decision God has put inside of you is going to make the right people happy. And that's what you need to care about. So make sure God and yourself, you are concerned with pleasing those two entities. You can't please everybody. It's going to make you make bad decisions if you try to make everybody happy. That's impossible. So prioritize who should be of importance in these matters. God and you. That's it. And then we got write about what you know. Then we got outdated thinking is an issue. Handle the current era. So there's things of the past. You can't hold on to the past. That time is over. Like I said, we are creating the new world order. And when the time comes for us to change, whatever we come up with at this time, we will change as needed. But for right now, whatever thing God has put in your heart and in your mind is the right thing for right now. When the era changes, it says handle the current era. When the era changes, then you will make new decisions. You will shift things as need be for the betterment of as many as you can. At least those who would choose to trust in God. It's time for the earth to be run on sense, fairness, justice, intelligence. Humans right now are existing in such a lowly form. We are not meant to be this low. Socially, economically, spiritually, intellectually, financially, emotionally. We are in psychologically, human beings are in a very, 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 very lowly state. It's not a good look. If extraterrestrials are real and they come here and they see us and they get to know what we really are like, they'll be appalled. And we can do better. So God is using people in leadership positions like yourself to bring about that better, because we deserve better. God says you don't need to worry. I'm with you. If you want me to be with you, I'll be with you. Ask me, and it shall be given. Okay? So if you love it, you will put in overtime willingly. Do you love whatever is about to come up? Whatever is that whatever ideas God is putting in you, do you love it? If you love it, you're going to put in the level of effort necessary to bring it. That includes praying for courage, praying for protection. If you feel you need to pray, God already told you you're going to be protected. I'm hearing I need to dig a little bit more. Okay, so if you love it, you will put in overtime willingly. Yeah. And we got swagger. What is your charisma? Your personal swagger. So this is all about your personality. Is it subtle or loud? So it's all about your vibe. You see, get back to doing it from your heart or soul. A new you. Well, the original you. Okay? God wants you to do whatever this is from the depths of you, your realest self. That's where the answers are. Okay? So if you were putting on a mask to fit in with the rest of the world, God is saying, take off that mask, please. Take off the mask and be the you that God created. Because that you that was created, it is perfect for what is about to come. These masks, no. These masks are going to undo the greatness that God is trying to use you to do. You have to be real. The children of Israel. What is real? What is true? Because when you are addressing what's real and what's true, you reach the people. The people are the ones who truly have the power. It's just that they don't know that they have the power. But the day that the majority people wake up and realize that they have the power is the day that the whole evil, corrupt system falls. The day that they realize that they have the power and they decide to use that power, this whole system collapses just like that. This whole evil system. Now is the time to be on God's side. Because that could happen anytime. Y'all don't know when that's going to happen because they already know something. The people already know something. And they're already fed up with the way that things are. And the people want better. You want to be found on the correct side of history. Okay? So that's the message that God has for you, Syria. Syria president, Syrian vice president, and whoever these other parties are included in this story or these stories. I think it was about 2 different stories. So we got the first one talking about some kind of outside influence trying to break up Syria and its allies. And it's not in Syria's best interest. So it would be wise of Syria, those who have the power to call the shots in Syria, to refuse these outside influences. They're trying to put you against people who are true allies to you, faithful allies. Then we got some internal conflict whereby some immigrants have come from wherever they come from, and they're teaching the Syrian people some destructive behaviors, and it's causing the deterioration of Syrian culture, cultural practices that should be upheld. And God said, no, we're not doing that. So as long as the Syrian president has the power, as long as the Syrian president stays on the path to help God to implement these new ideas that will help to preserve Syrian culture, all will be well. But God is not happy with these new teachings that have come from these immigrants. Okay? So, how you proceed is all up to you. That's your messages delivered. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Until next time. Bye-bye.